McCord. I'm a licensed realtor. I'm with Keller Williams in Cincinnati, Ohio. I also practice in Kentucky. I've been licensed for 25 years. For the last year or so, I've been also coaching realtors. And today I'm going to share with you what I consider as the 4 biggest mistakes that realtors make. And I made all 4 of these. Some of the realtors made none, some made a couple. Most of us make all 4 of these mistakes. So I'll go through them real quickly with you. Number 1, invest in real estate. Now, that seems obvious. Well, of course, I bought a couple houses over the 25 years, and I'm sure you probably have or will also. But when I say invest, I mean think about buying one house, just one, a year, every year you're in real estate. This is a quote from Andrew Carnegie. It says 90% of all millionaires became so through owning real estate. It's a simple thing. We're finding deals for everybody else. Buy one for yourself each year, every year you're in real estate. You'll be a millionaire after 10 or 15 years. Second, work 8 hours a day. How simple is that? If you've ever worked for an employer, of course you work 8 hours a day. But as a real estate agent, you're an independent contractor, and you already know if you're working, and I don't care what company you're working for. Most realtors don't work. It's that simple. They don't. Now, consider yourself your boss and the employee and work 8 hours a day. If you work 8 hours a day, no matter what company you're with, no matter what you're doing, if you're working, you're going to make good money in real estate. Number 3 is be different. Well, why do I say to be different? There's over 1 million realtors in the United States. I don't know what market you're in, but I'm sure there's thousands. If you're in a very small market, maybe hundreds. But there's 1 million realtors nationwide. Most of the coaches, managers, and trainers are trained the same way that I was trained 25 years ago. It's amazing. And why should you be different? Well, Gallup does a poll every year. This was a poll from 2015. And they have the public rate public or high trust level in all these different industries. And you'll see that real estate agents in 2015 and 2016, and it was the same in 2014, are actually ranked below lawyers in public trust. Below lawyers. It's the wrong place to be. You need to be different. It's not just the Gallup poll. If you go to Google and search public distrust of realtors, you'll find a lot of articles. Here's another article from the LA Times in 2013. It says some 67.5% of Americans don't trust realtors. You need to be different. And then finally, the 4th thing I'm going to tell you is don't be afraid to switch brokers. I've switched. If only I had switched to the broker I'm with right now 20 years ago, I would truly be retired because I am in the right spot. Now, I'm not going to tell where where to go, exactly which broker is best for you, but there are dozens and dozens of brokerages that you could work for. Just because you started with one and you're doing okay doesn't necessarily mean you need to stay with that one for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. It's amazing to me how many of these brokers are robbing, not dozens, but hundreds, and in some cases, thousands of agents. If you're selling real estate and you're making good money, you can get a better deal from another broker, especially if it's a larger broker, you want to do that. So don't be afraid to switch brokers. And then finally, I think I told you, I still sell, but I also am a coach of realtors nationwide. Last year I wrote a book. It's called A Revolution in Real Estate Sales. It's a short book, 74 pages. I've got a lot of tips in there, and I promise you, this book is different than any real estate book you've ever read or any book you'll pick up, printed to date, that I can tell you. So much so, if you buy it and you disagree, send it back to me. I'll give you your $9.95. Anyway, it's a great book. You can find it on Amazon.com. Jim McCord, just search either Jim McCord or Revolution in Real Estate Sales on Amazon. And feel free to talk to me if you want to talk about what broker to come from. If you read the book, you have some questions, you can get me at 859-866-2354. You guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.